Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the XRP chart to see what targets it gives us in both the short term and mid-term and what position XRP currently holds in the market. What we see is that XRP's price today is around $3. Today is October 3rd and XRP has been pretty stable today. And according to the chart I'm showing you, XRP has now entered a descending triangle. This type of chart pattern, when the price is in an uptrend, is very bullish. When it breaks out of this trend line, XRP had a liquidity zone here and it captured that liquidity. As you can see, it bounced back above the range and managed to make a really good move toward almost $3.50. And since then, it has entered a range within this descending triangle. And now it's been in this area for nearly 2.5 months. As you can see, we've now formed a triple bottom here, and looking at the moving averages, we can see that yesterday the 50-day moving average was broken and the 100-day moving average was also broken to the upside. This is a very bullish sign. What matters for XRP right now is this. As you can see, XRP has now hit this downward trend line, and it also has a short-term resistance here, which is close to the $3.15 point. If it can break through this, it could make a pullback into this area. It could hit the next resistance, do a back test, and move up another leg and maybe even go on to test new all-time highs. What's important for XRP is that when it breaks through this trend line and hits the next resistance, it shouldn't fall back below this support level. Because when this resistance is broken to the upside, the next time it comes back as a pullback to test it, it should hold as a support level. If it can hold, there's a strong chance it can make higher moves and head toward new all-time highs. As you can see on the MACD, it wasn't able to form a lower low here, and it's become a bit bullish. Now we can see it's gradually turning green, and bullish momentum is returning to XRP. On the RSI as well, as you can see, it has held the 40 level well. It's very important here for it to hold the 40 level and for the bullish momentum to be maintained. And you can also see that it's moving within a range between the 60 level and the 40 level. If it can break above this 60 level, it will become very bullish, and this trend line could also be an indication of that. What we're lacking in XRP right now is that the volume isn't high. In this part where the price moved up sharply, you can see that the volume was very high here, but in this section we don't have much volume. We have to see what happens in the next few days. How can we find the next target for XRP? As I mentioned, the chart pattern that XRP is currently in is a descending triangle, which you could say looks something like this. From this part, you can see that the price has gone up. Just as you can see here, the price has gone up. It touched the trend line here once, came down here, and then went back up to test the trend line again. This is the second time, and it went down again. It went back up again and tested it once more, the third time. As you can see, we have a triple bottom formed here, and in this chart pattern we can observe this as well. And what's important is that when it breaks out here, now I can show you the next target. In this section, if it breaks out, we can draw the next target from the top of this trend line down to here, the lowest level it has been at. And when it breaks out, meaning if it breaks out on this side, the price can go up to about $4.50 in the short or medium term, you could say. And from here, $4.50 would mean the price could go up by nearly 40%. The first move we need to see is for this trend line to be broken and for it to move upward. In the XRP dominance chart, what we're observing is that XRP dominance has a very strong resistance in this area. As you can see, it's hit it several times, and it's a resistance that's been there for several years. In my opinion, if it can break through this area, there will be nothing stopping it, and XRP dominance could easily go up by about 180% and rise to this next resistance level here and test it. In this scenario, if XRP's dominance increases by 180% compared to other coins, you could say that XRP could almost reach $8.50. If I plot this on my chart, you can clearly see that it could reach about $8.50 in the next move, but this move is a long-term move. We have to see if crypto performs well. We need to see if Bitcoin can hit new all-time highs and if Ethereum can also reach new all-time highs. In that case, XRP could also reach $8.50. If the market stays as strong as it is now and continues to do well in the near future. And looking at the Tether dominance chart, you can see that in this section we talked about this head and shoulders pattern. The other one broke out, but here it got rejected. After it filled these gaps, it started moving downward and lost this support. We have to see what happens in the coming weeks. And it's the same with Bitcoin dominance. In this section, Bitcoin hasn't been able to break through this short-term resistance in its dominance, and if it gets rejected and moves downward, it will be very good for XRP. In the next move, XRP could reach the level we mentioned, which is $4.50, and we need this move to form downward. In the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable coins versus Bitcoin, we can see that this chart is actually very good for altcoins. When it goes up, we can see it. Right now, it has hit a strong resistance, touched it twice, formed a double top here, and got rejected. In the next move, if this resistance is also broken and it goes upward, XRP could head towards $4.50, and this trend line that has been bothering it for almost 2.5 months could be broken and move up. Everything is indicating that XRP can break through this trend line. But as I said, everything depends on the market, whether the market can hold the current levels and not experience a drop. Bitcoin needs to reach new all-time highs, and Ethereum also needs to set new all-time highs so that eventually it will be XRP's turn. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. That was today's video about XRP and the total market cap. And don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Trading is never 100% certain. Everything is based on probability. See you in the next video.